So yeah, I thought of doing this video for quite a bit now, like probably for like the last month. But I don't know, just never really got round to it. But that's my thoughts on religion, throughout most of my life, I've been brought up to be a Christian. We live in a Christian country. My mum's a Christian. She used to take me to church as a kid. She wasn't really a strict mum, but one thing she used to be quite strict about was that I had to go to church every Sunday, which at the time I was never a fan of. And when I went to high school, before going to high school, I wasn't religious at all, really. I was probably, even though I didn't know what it was at the time, I was probably agnostic or atheist, but probably just didn't really know what it was. I probably just didn't think much of it. I probably rebelled against Christianity and religion and just thought it was a load of shit at the time, but I took more influence from my dad, who's not very religious. I don't really know what his views is. He's probably a bit agnostic deep down, but won't admit it, but probably puts on the persona that he's an atheist, that it's just a load of bollocks. But then I started going to high school, and the high school I went to was a Church of England school. And I think one of the reasons I went to that school was because my mum probably pushed it a bit, she pushed me into going to that, I think, because we used to go to church at the time. Well, she still goes to church, but me and my sister had to go with her at the time. And to get into that school, I think you had to go to church for at least, a few years. I don't know how many years specifically, but we had to go there. Me and my sister, because of my mum grew up as, can't really pronounce it properly, Protestants, not fucking prostitute, some people might think that I might come out of that, but Protestants. But yeah, fucking hell, fucked in the head. Proper fucked in the head I am. But yeah, we I got into a church school. I'm not gonna say the school that I was in, because I don't know, maybe somebody that went to that school might come across my videos. Probably not, but I'm probably not going to mention it in a minute. But I think the other reason what I could theorise is that, because I've got Asperger's, it wasn't it's not a special needs school or anything, but like I mentioned in other videos, that they had a good special needs department there, and that's probably what I could theorise. One of the reasons why I got in, maybe even the main reason, but it was a mainstream school, and not many people from my primary school went to that school. not in my class, like one person from my class got in, but at the time I didn't really like her, but I don't really hold anything against her these days. But and other than that, I had like a few people from like years below and years above that went to that school, from my primary school, who come from the hometown, because I went to a high school at another town. I didn't go to one in my hometown. A lot of people, I used to go to something called Boys Brigade. You may have heard of it, you may not have, but it's a bit like Boy Scouts, like it's like a version of Boy Scouts, and that's under a Christian thing, like it's a Christian Boy Scouts thing, basically. Like a few lads from there went to the same school who would have sort of, few of them I knocked about with, like hung around at the time. Still in contact with one to this day, to be fair. It's probably the only person I'm in contact with from school, really. Well, yeah, I went to a Church of England school, and I remember at the time I had a mate who was in my year. I don't really hold anything against him, but at the time when I was in year 7, he started out alright. It was a bit of a laugh, and he started to notice my vulnerabilities. The fact that I've got Asperger's, I was a bit different. I was a bit of a fucking spesh kid, as they used to fucking say it back then. So he was quite manipulative, and this guy came from a quite a strict Christian Protestant family, and he used to put the fear of God into me, talking about demons, Satan, hell. And if you're not a Christian, there's no two ways about it. You're either a Christian or you're not. If you're not, you go straight to hell. And at the time I was a bit naive, and it kind of terrified me, to be honest. So ever since then I've kind of I've been a Christian, like through like manipulation, stuff that I usually enjoyed at the time, like Harry Potter. I couldn't enjoy because apparently that's satanic, according to him, and just putting the fear of God into me. And I think ever since, like, I got mentally ill, people who watch my videos should know that I got mentally ill, and I think in more recent years I've questioned my faith. I've become a little bit agnostic. People have different views, different opinions on Christianity, and like my mum, she's more easygoing, even though she went through a bit of a period where she was a bit of like a Bible bashing loony. But I've mentioned she had a bit of a past. She's had a past of mental health issues and stuff, psychosis and all that. But these days she's not. She goes to church. She helps out at the church. She doesn't. She's not a strict Christian or anything. And yeah, like I think at the minute I still probably say I'm a Christian, but I don't know, that may potentially change. I've been a bit more agnostic in recent years, in all honesty. And it's probably more my thoughts on Christianity in this video, really, but yeah. But I know like few YouTubers who I watch who influences these videos are complete atheists and are totally against Christianity and stuff, but like I'm probably a little bit more open to the idea of it. But I don't know, that may change at some point. Like I'm not like I wouldn't say I'm a strict Christian. I'm a bit of like a half-arsey Christian. I don't go to church or anything, not anymore. Don't think much of it, to be honest. Some of the stuff I watch is probably a bit anti-Christian, like, I don't know, some of the stuff I find enjoyment in. But, yeah, I think that's just my thoughts on it at the minute. Don't know what else to say in this video. One thing that I think would be worth mentioning is that I've got Western values. Some people could call that British values, but I think maybe a better name for that is Western values. And Western culture is birthed by Christianity. And that can mean like just having our liberties, freedom, what our grandparents fought the war for. Like I very much believe in those values. I believe little girls and women should have the right to have a Taylor Swift dance party making bracelets without being, I don't know, attacked by some random, I'm going to be careful what I say in this video, like acts out Rudy Kabudu, basically, stuff like that. Living in a safe country, stuff that we should have, really. Stuff like that, like stuff we should hold, keep safe, keep precious. But I guess like some people may know the way things are going, that's kind of been threatened. And I think that's like if I was going to have an ideology, if I was going to believe in something, it's probably going to be Christianity. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, people just have different views on it. Like, some are strict, like some cult-like minded ones in America. But like what I believe in, coming from me personally, and people like my mum believing that like Western values were a polite country. We should be polite, it should be a safe country, but sometimes it feels like it's not. And that's why I probably lean more towards that Christianity. And another thing is that I don't know if it's worth mentioning. I've come across videos like stuff like the Chronicles of Narnia books that's got Christian symbolism, because C.S. Lewis was a Christian. For even Tolkien, he's got Christian symbolism, even though he's got Gandalf the Great, who's a wizard. And coming back to saying that, I was saying that Harry Potter's satanic, and like I don't really know what to think about that, but I've even come across videos like recently, like the other day this week, that Harry Potter is apparently a Christian story where it's a very much a British book, and Britain is a Christian nation, and it's got Christian symbolism and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I think that's just my views on it. That's just coming from me personally. I think that's all I've got to say, I think. Catch you in another video. Goodbye.